What's up, everybody? We're back. It's Monday. We're recapping the weekend. We're talking about big losers, big winners. We're talking about picks. We're just talking about it all. Kelly, how was your weekend in the swamp, my girl?
Oh my god, the swamp was really fun. I know I talk a lot of shit per usual. Of course, it wasn't that loud. They were playing USF, and let me tell you, it started to get loud when they thought they were going to lose the USF. Everybody around me, great sports. Thank you for allowing me to wear Florida Gator, blue and orange, but also bet on the other team. Everybody was happy. They got the win. I got the cover. I have no idea how USF covered that game. That was like a very late ad by me trying to figure out what bet I was going to have on the game, and I'm like, wait. Okay, Florida off this big loss to Kentucky. They have Tennessee on deck. Got to play this SEC sandwich. And it actually worked out. Unlike everything else over the weekend, Western Kentucky, fuck
You're
you,
so
kicking is for losers. Who else am I mad at? The Fresno State quarterback almost died. It was a fun game. Ravens blew a 31-14 lead. Saints got in a fist fight. Mike Evans and
was a
Lattimore.
bitch.
Also, I love Minty's tweet talking about Evans going to jail. Go to jail, Evans. That
Yeah.
was bullshit.
There's actually a lot of businesses in New Orleans have now like hung up signs with anti Mike Evans because Mike Evans free establishments, which is extremely petty, and I'm all for it. So
Yeah, for all the pettiness. That sucked. It really sucked.
then Arians on the sideline trying to get involved, like, "You want some, old man? I'll fuck you up." Like,
Chase in the Money Shots group chat this morning running his mouth saying, "Oh, let's not talk about Jameis's interceptions." I'm like, I know Jameis is going to throw interceptions, but I didn't know Chris Olave was going to, drop a really nice, or as they say, fumble. What did they say? He didn't possess the ball long enough. Whatever. Mark Ingram, the lovely goal line fumble. Something's got to change, Megan, because if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
yeah, the weekend was not good for me as I had to bail myself. I don't want to responsibly bail myself out. Last weekend it was I don't know. I don't even remember what it was last weekend. This weekend though it was the Packers, and thank God that Aaron Rodgers absolutely owns the Bears because I needed that win very very badly, and so did my Barstool Sportsbook account. So shout out Aaron Rodgers
Dude,
for
seriously.
constantly
I
owning
was very I that's why I didn't say anything. At half, I'm like, I'd love to be celebrating, but after what the Ravens did to me, after what we saw the Raiders do to their backers, after what we saw the Browns do to their backers, I am far from celebrating, and I just let it go. I just let it right off in the oblivion. I thought I was going to be in a better mood this morning, but no, I had a Celsius, and now I'm all fired up, still pissed off, because I think going up to the next segment, I am the biggest loser of the weekend. That was not very much fun.
I don't know about that. I have two other ones in mind. So let's talk about the biggest loser right now in college football. I want to see if you can guess it. This team came in as a 3-point favorite. They had lots of buzz for around their quarterback for Heisman. Supposedly the offense was fantastic, and then they get beat by 2 touchdowns. Who do you think I'm talking about?
That's an interesting one. Let me think. They were 3.5 point favorites and they got beat by 2 touchdowns.
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's Mississippi State. Go fuck yourself, Brendan.
Oh,
Go
I,
Tigers.
I can't believe I literally was trying to think of I was like three quarterback Heisman. You had me all confused.
That's why I did quotes. I did quotes. I did
Oh,
quotes.
sorry,
But
I missed the air quotes. Good call.
that's my biggest loser of the week. Look, I know that technically it probably isn't the biggest loser, but for me personally, having to be there in Hoboken, New Jersey, instead of in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was an interesting twist for the weekend. But as I said, I literally sat there and I said, God, gambling gods, if you just give me this LSU win while I am in Hoboken, New Jersey, I promise you, you can have all the rest of my money for the weekend. And they took that seriously. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I said a couple weeks ago I needed to start going to church, and I really should have because the ass kickings that I've taken and the brutal beats, and I'm just glad all of my quarterbacks are still alive because at points in time I'm like, well, it's like from Dumb and Dumber, all of our pets' heads are falling off. Everything that could go wrong with teams I'm betting on is going wrong. So I am so happy that you got to sell your soul for a win over Brandon fucking Walker.
it was fantastic. And yeah, he brought in that bag of cowbells and thought that that was a big bag of tricks. Little did he know I had full pads and was ready to go at the. I'm so happy that they scored first too, because in my brain I was like, that's what's going to happen. They're going to get out. They're going to get a quick score, and then I'm going to go change and switch up the vibe. So shout out to G String over at the LSU athletic department for hooking me up with pads and a jersey for the day. So let's talk about biggest loser in the NFL. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Matt Ryan. What the fuck? Maybe he wasn't the issue for the Falcons. Like, how in the hell do you lay an egg against the Jags? I mean, I get it. The Jags are getting better. We're progressing. But how many games did the Jags win last season? Like one, two.
Well, they beat the Colts last season and the Bills. That's the hard thing. I had the Jags on my long list because of how historically well they do play against the Colts. I don't know. Is Frank Wright on the hot seat? One would think so, and I loved him as a coach. You have Jonathan Thomas or Jonathan Taylor, excuse me. I'm thinking of Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's how old I am.
Yeah, I thought that's exactly who.
JTT, Jonathan Taylor, and you don't score a single touchdown or any points. It's mind-boggling to me. So I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis, but I think you called it, and I gave you a shout out on one of my Wager Talk shows this week. Remember when we did the AFC South preview and you said, "Can I take all these teams under?" And I said, "No, Megan, it doesn't work that way." Well, you look like a fucking genius after week 2 because guess what? Every single it is a race to the bottom in the AFC South.
It's looking really bad. Honestly, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of NFL yesterday because I was traveling and I had to go pick up the kids. So I was like listening to the Saints game on the radio like I was a kid again. And it was just like I had Bobby Abear on the call, Cajun Cannon. Shout out T-Bob. Great radio guy, great radio voice. But yeah, that was the worst way to listen to Jameis throw 3 picks. I probably would have rather watched it because listening to it was even like more heart wrenching. But who would you say is your biggest loser for the NFL week?
It has to be the Ravens. I'm sorry. Like I am happy you lost the game outright because if you're not going to cover as 3.5 point favorites, up 3 scores at one point in time, up 31-14, 28-7 at half. I didn't even have it on, Megan. I had the Saints game on the big TV with grandma. Brett had on the Vikings Lions game on the computer, and then there was another game that he had on the iPad. At that point in time, I had 2 games going, and I didn't even need to watch the Ravens game. Not for 1 second did I even need to switch over because the Bucks Saints game was so good the first half. And then all of a sudden
It was just a fucking punt fest. It was back and
sorry,
forth.
I should say it was at least competitive in the first half.
I'll give you
And
that.
it made it worth watching, kind of. Compared to watching a blowout, why would I want to watch a blowout or teams that I don't have any money on? And so the fact that the Ravens, I thought was going to land 3, I probably would have broke my television. But then they lost, and I was like, good. You guys are losers. You deserve to lose the game. I'm just glad you didn't bring up K-State under this section because Twitter loved to remind me about how piss poor my Wildcats played this weekend. And so my biggest loser is the Ravens.
Well, I was getting there. I was gonna do. I said I had Ravens as honorable mentions in my biggest loser, but then I looked at biggest winners from the weekend, and I said, was the Ravens really the biggest loser, or was Tua and the Dolphins the biggest winner? Scoring 28 points in the fourth quarter. Tua's like, y'all remember where I played? I'm from the fucking SEC, bitches, and he made it happen. Tua time, I did not believe in. I didn't think it was an actual, spot on the clock. But after that game, I'm starting to lean towards maybe Tua is a serviceable quarterback, and they maybe did make the right decision down over in Miami, which that's just it's insanity. So honorable mention for Ravens being the biggest loser, but the Dolphins being able to just fucking come back. And again, I didn't get to really watch the game. I don't know whether it was Tua, whether it was Tyreek, whether it was just a
I think it was a
team.
combination. I mean, I said that was the bright spot of that. I had Tyreek in my wide receiver spot, and I was playing up against a good friend named Todd Furman. We always have a good side bet for charity, and Tyreek got it done for me. So that was the bright spot about losing the Ravens. At least, hopefully, the doggies are going to be happy in Vegas for my girlfriend's dog rescue charity because I could really use that money in my pocket after that Ravens loss, but we'll just leave it alone.
All right, let's just hop back really quick to biggest winner for the college football weekend. I want to go ahead and say it. I went to that Wildcats game with you when they played Missouri. Fucking K-State looked untouchable. I mean, they looked fantastic. I wouldn't say untouchable, but they looked really very, very, very good. And I had this weird feeling that Tulane was going to give them some trouble because I liked Tulane in a lot of spots last year. Supposedly they have a good quarterback. I was like, maybe just stay away from it. K State was about to make my fucking 15 play list that went down the drain. So I'm glad they won another L on my totem pole. However, man, Tulane. That was I wasn't expecting that one. And what as 14-point favorites? 12? What was
Yeah, they opened 19. I think they closed 14. I'll be honest with you, Megan. I didn't watch a single snap of that game. It wasn't on TV. I was already tailgating at the swamp. My bets were already locked and loaded. I did a spaces with Mints that morning on my drive up to Gainesville. And I told him, I said, this is a hell of a look ahead spot. I would love to bet Tulane, but my problem is I don't really follow some of those smaller schools like I should. And it is just a total K. That's what K State does. Like they just do stupid things and lose stupid games. They've done it with teams like Marshall. They've done teams like Fresno State. That second and third game of the year, I have watched them fall flat on their asses my entire life. And now they have to go to Norman and play Oklahoma. I don't even know what this team is made of. Adrian Martinez is Jameis Winston of college football. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? We don't know. It's just and that's the frustrating part here.
Which is a great segue into our next topic, look ahead lines for the week. I've already played 3 games, so if y'all don't come at me if I have a trophy at the end of the week, or if I have to put it out at the number that I got it at, I will own it. So look ahead. I already like the Chiefs -6.5. I know that's a great teaser spot as well, but they're playing the Colts, right? No, is it the Colts? I literally put it in and then just didn't look who they.
Well, I think those 6.5s are almost gone, Megan. If you look at the odds screen, and that's where it's difficult. I will not be teasing the Chiefs, as I've told you guys before. That 6.5. Everybody said, "Why wouldn't you tease the Bengals this week?" And well, we saw why you don't tease the
Bro,
Bengals.
that's another big loser. The Bengals O line that was supposedly so much improved. Fuck me. Fuck all my
Oh,
Bengals bets. Poor Joe Burrow, man.
poor Joe Burrow.
He has not even had like the opportunity to just be okay. Yeah, it's Chiefs Colts. So yeah, I think
You gotta lay the 6.5 though. If it starts getting to 7, you're late to the party. So I'm with Megan. Get your CLV trophies now. If you like the Chiefs, bet them early. The only concern I have is that historically the Chiefs have not played well in Indianapolis, but Chiefs look good. They're starting to cover games again, which means the betting public's going to come right back on them, and I don't blame them. I want no part of this Colts team whatsoever.
Also, another look ahead line I was interested in after the fucking shit show that was 3 interceptions. Because what did I say last year? 50-50 Jameis. It's literally one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. And in this sequence of events, he just threw 3 picks. Guess what? He's about to have a really good game. I like the Saints -3 against the Panthers. I know that is sometimes a weird game for us, but after what I saw, should I be backing the Saints? No, but there's going to be so much fucking locker room, just like anger from the Lattimore. My
Lattimore didn't get suspended, right? Just
no,
Evans.
no, just Mike Evans, and
Okay.
I agree with Mintz, man.
I think we should never allow Bruce Arians to be on a sideline again. Didn't he get fired by that team? What the hell is he doing down there,
I'm saying
inciting riots on the
square
field?
up. That's what I want to say. You want to square up, old man? I'll fucking bow. All right, another look ahead line I like because somehow this team has just been turned around. Fucking Marcus Mariota and the Falcons. Big surprise to me. I don't know if it's a big surprise to you, but it was +1.5. I took the 1.5. I also took the money line, but I just like this spot against the Seahawks. I was a believer in Seahawks after week 1, which was just dumb of me. As I knew as soon as I took it, I'm like, why did I do that? Because I'm dumb and I like to overreact, and that's why. But this week, I won't overreact because the Falcons have looked good, and I'm going to continue thinking they look good, and I'm not going to overthink it. And look, I get that they're traveling up to the West Coast, East
Are
Coast.
they just going to stay on the West Coast at
I
this
think
point?
so.
That would just make
That
sense.
would make sense. Yeah.
I think that usually teams do that, but I'll double check. There's a couple different uh, people I follow on Twitter that follow all the flights, so I'll double check that for you, Megan. But I already put the Falcons in a teaser. Put them
Let's
in a teaser with the Vikings tonight. I
let's
think the Falcons scare me to win the game. That's my problem. They're getting there, right? We've seen it in the last 2 weeks where they were up big on the Saints and blew it in the fourth quarter. Well, this week was the opposite. They were getting blown out by the Rams and came rushing back in the fourth quarter. And I do agree that next step is coming for the Falcons. I'm just kind of a wuss and don't know if I trust them to do that. So I think they're in a perfect teaser spot. Also with Green Bay this week. Also, the Texans are a great teaser angle for this week.
Let's go. All right. We have our look ahead lines gone through. Let's get to Monday Night Football, where people with two TVs are fucking salivating because they get to watch two prime time games at the exact same time. So congratulations out there, all you two TV guys and gals, or three or four. You could have just double, quadruple games at once, but there's only two. So let's go with the first game: Titans at the Bills. Bills minus the 7. This game is it's hard. I mean, you got the Titans catching double digits. They have Vrabel is catching double digits, so that's just it. You have a serviceable quarterback in Tannehill. You have Henry. You have, I believe, there's some defensive lineman out for the Bills. I believe is it Oliver and someone else. Regardless, I think that this is an opportunity for Derrick Henry to get the carries that he hasn't been getting. However, I do not want to step in front of the fireworks show and what looks to be a juggernaut Bills team. I haven't put it out, but my play would be the Bills minus 10, and I'll go ahead and say I like the Bills minus the 10, but it really hurts just to say that because I again, double digit dogs. It's tough. It's tough for me to go against that.
Well,
But again,
double-digit favorites have been really great, Megan, for the last 5 years. My good friend Ralph keeps track of all this stuff. They were huge, double-digit favorites, just crushing, almost 70% up until last year, and they were doing really well until yesterday when the Broncos fell flat on their face and the Rams fell flat on their face, but
the
luckily for us,
Broncos, man, what a bad team, huh?
dude, biggest losers. Thank God I didn't lose
Bad team.
my last 2 survivor picks. I put both on Denver because I said, when's the next opportunity to use this team against the Jets? And now, if I hadn't used them, I would be not doing well if I had to use them against the Jets in Denver. You mentioned that there are several guys out. There are 4 defensive players out tonight. There is a couple of guys questionable as far as the offensive side of the ball, including the left tackle, Tommy Doyle. So keep an eye on that for the Bills. Now, if you want to talk storylines, Megan, because we spoke about this and you
Oh,
said,
The Bills and the Titans. Yes, that has the history. Yep, I already know what you're gonna say, but go ahead and say it for the viewers.
yeah, last year I took this Titans team on the money line, 6.5 point underdogs. And yeah, and then what happened the year before that? The Bills 4-0 start, and they just got whacked by the Titans as 3-point road favorites. So those losses are in their minds, right? But maybe Titans, Titans, we were sitting right there in the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook in Kansas. And I told you I had the Titans in my other survivor pool. And they were up 13-0. They were just cruising. And I had the Giants plus 5.5. And I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of a weird spot to kind of try to cheer for 2 outcomes. I think the Titans shouldn't be getting overlooked here because of the situation. But the Bills have the Dolphins on deck. And who did you just say was
Two.
one of the most like the biggest winners? The Dolphins. I honestly, as far as a side perspective here, I would love to argue that Vrabel's going to run the ball with Henry, that they're not going to let Tannehill make mistakes on the road, but that's what this defense does. And I'm
Bill Self is
afraid
so
I'm
hyped right now
afraid
too.
that this could be like a 31-10 type game. So I'm going to give you guys a pick because Megan wants me to give out more picks. I got in trouble in our meeting. She said, Kelly has too many leans. So I'm going to give you guys out a pick. I just did a show before this with my buddy Jay Money, and I said I wasn't going to bet this game, but that's really because you have to watch money shots. I'm going to take the under in this game.
Oh,
And
all right. I can see.
primetime unders have been cashing so well. The only thing I will say this is we're a little late to the party. This one opened 51.5. It's now 47.5 at the Barstool Sportsbook. So keep an eye on it. Maybe the live under is a better way to go. I will tweet this out today before kickoff, what I am going to be on. But there's no way I'm laying 10 with the Bills here just because of that look ahead spot. Tennessee also has been great on Monday night with Vrabel. 8-2 straight up, not just against the spread, but actually winning the game. And as I mentioned, the Titans have won 6 straight against the Bills. They've got their number. Vrabel has this team's number. I can't believe I cannot have the cojones to bet the Titans here. I just don't. So I think the under makes a lot more sense.
Well, you don't have the cojones to bet the Titans. I guess I don't have the cojones to bet them either. So that's why I'm on the other side. I just cannot get in front of Josh Allen and this Bills team right now. Probably will be sweeping this loss under the rug just like the rest of the week. but I'm gonna go with the Bills. So up next we have the second primetime game tonight. Vikings at the Eagles. And Kelly, I know how much you love this Vikings team. You mentioned you have a teaser with them right now, with an open teaser with them next with the team next week. Who did you say?
Yes, you can bet them with the Packers, the Falcons, or the Texans, all currently available. I, of
Or
course,
the
like a
Chiefs?
complete nutter D word, did all four. That way
Well,
I don't even have to bet this game. I just need the Vikings not to lose by more than 8. Is that so wrong to ask?
no, it's not wrong to ask. And I have a play on this night right now. You can go to the exclusives tab of the Barstool Sportsbook, the Barstool Sportsbook, and it is Making Money Mondays. Okay. I have the Vikings plus 3.5. I have Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown, and I like the over. I know you said prime time unders have been
Yeah,
hitting.
but do you trust either of these defenses to keep this game
No,
under?
I do not, and I like the over. I think I got it at 48.5 on the Making Money Mondays parlay. And again, if you bet $25 each leg that does not hit, you get $10 back in bonus cash for. If it hits, obviously, we're all rolling in like plus 400. So hopefully Kirk will be able to be on his shit tonight. Hopefully Justin Jefferson will be on his shit
Megan,
tonight.
prime time Kirk
I
makes
know
me my brain hurt.
it makes me.
3-9 against the spread in his last 12 primetime games. Minnesota 4-12 in their last 16 Monday Night Football appearances. I am so terrified. I am so terrified. With a
Kirk is
teaser.
rewriting his narrative. I right now I'm sitting here and I'm going to say it. And again, I this is probably going to be clipped. Freezing hot take, but I really do think that like he's so fucking tired of hearing he can't play this time. He can't play in a dome or whatever without
And
that.
you know what? This offense is really rejuvenated so far. I mean, granted, we've only got to see one game, but I'm impressed with how they've got Dalvin Cook opening up that offense. Justin Jefferson is an absolute stud. They've got 2 or 3 other really great wide receivers outside of Adam Thielen. Excuse me. I'm with you. I like the Vikings here. There's just a couple of reasons why I couldn't bet them plus the 2.5. Eagles looked great. Everybody's ready for them to win the NFC East because the Cowboys obviously not great. The football team even worse. I think the verdict's still out on the Giants, but I'm not ready to give the Eagles their trophy just yet. I'm kind of curious to see who Jalen Hurts is as a quarterback. Right? I
I agree.
still think I still think I have a lot of big question marks.
I agree 100%, which is why I decided to go with that game for my Monday night parlay instead of the Bills game because, again, as I said, that Bills game, I think the Bills either get blown out or the Titans, or not blown out. I'm sorry. I think the Bills either blow out the Titans or the game's really, really close and the Titans pull off maybe like a last minute field goal to win. Meanwhile, I think this Vikings team is just has more of an identity, and so does the Eagles. But
Yeah, and the identity is their defenses are absolute trash, and that's why I can't take the under here. And that's just full disclosure. I would love to. As I said, these primetime unders have been great, but can't do it. Not with these two defenses. I got to see somebody be able to stop Jalen Hurts. I got to see it, and nobody can shut down Justin Jefferson.
nobody can. And speaking of shutting down, which that's what you don't need to do. You need to fire up and head on over to Skrill because it is the best digital wallet for gamblers. Coming soon to the Barstool Sportsbook, Skrill is a digital wallet perfect for gamblers. Skrill is for money movers and makers, just like you and I, allowing you to instantly deposit and withdraw your money. Sophisticated gamblers use Skrill to manage their bankroll, whether they're playing games like poker or betting on their favorite sports. It's one of the safest and most secure digital wallets, and it's part of the Barstool Sportsbook. You'll be able to deposit and withdraw instantly and without limits. Skrill also lets you transfer money to another Skrill member and take advantage of some of the money transfer rates around. Make sure you sign up at skrill.com/barstool. Again, that's skrill.com/barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking follow the game. So make the account, verify the account by clicking follow the game. And yeah, after you register, start using your digital safe wallet today. Gamblers, get on it. Skrill is where you want to be at. It is the best digital wallet for us. But that's it. That's Money Shots for today. That's Monday. We'll be back here Thursday, hopefully to give y'all some college football winners because all of us held up this last week, and that was a tough look.
Mario Cristobal, biggest kicking for losers coach. He is on my shit list right now. I missed so many tweets regarding it, and I'm actually glad I didn't have to watch that abomination of a game because that would have really hurt.
Well, hopefully
Offensively,
you have
just
a better game tonight or two better games tonight to watch. Hopefully your under hits. Hopefully the Bills win 20-0, and
there you
we
go.
can be
I, I'm
happy.
t- I would be totally happy. Megan, how about a 17-0 winner? I don't even have to watch. I just am like punt, 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 done. Lots of kicking for losers moments. I'm all about that.
I'm all about it too, and hopefully the Vikings can not just keep it within the 8, but keep it within 3.5, and even maybe even win. Justin Jefferson shows up big, and the over hits. That's what I'm hoping and predicting. So make sure you go over, as I said, to the Barstool Sportsbook exclusive tab, $25 each leg back that doesn't hit. You get $10 back. So basically, I'm giving you money. We'll see you here Thursday and Friday. Kelly, it was a pleasure. I can't wait to see you. Oh, have fun in Detroit this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait. I will be in Detroit. Me and Marty Mush. Roan's going to make an appearance, and I think our producer Jack is going to be there. We're throwing a party to see who the best better is, and basically, that's just what I love to do most is host parties. So come
And
down, Greektown Casino, downtown Detroit, right across from Ford Field. We're going to have an absolute blast. Last time I only spent 24 hours in Detroit was not good for my liver. I'm going to take a couple extra vitamins this week, drink some water, so I can see you guys and have about 40 high noons and see if we can have a better Saturday and Sunday.
don't forget the Revitalite. Also, I'll see anyone in Baton Rouge this weekend. I'll have some really cool people with me. I don't want to let out the secret yet because I don't know if they have. So I'll see you. LSU, New Mexico. I'll be there.